Most people visit Italy and see the same three things: the Colosseum, the Duomo, and the back of 1,000 other tourists' heads. But while the crowds are fighting for a square inch of space in Positano, there is a secret Italy waiting just over the next mountain ridge. Today, we are revealing the top 6 Italian villages you have probably never heard of. And stick around for number 1. Because it's a town literally carved into the jagged spires of the Italian Dolomites. And getting there is an adventure in itself. We're starting our list at Atrani. Physically, it's Amalfi's neighbor, separated only by a small rocky tunnel. But atmospherically, it's a different world. Why did Atrani make this list? Because it is the smallest municipality in all of Italy, and it has managed to stay authentic in the face of global fame. It's a vertical labyrinth of whitewashed alleys and medieval arches. Most people miss Atrani, despite it being physically attached to the town of Amalfi. Walk the Labirinto di Atrani and visit the Church of San Salvatore de Birecto. If you want the best view on the coast without the €100 price tag, hike up to the sanctuary Santa Maria del Bondo. It's 700 steps, but you'll have the Amalfi coast all to yourself. Because Atrani is tucked into a small cove, the water is generally calmer and shallower than in neighboring Amalfi, making it the best spot on the coast for a relaxing dip without the heavy boat traffic. During the peak heat of a July afternoon, the massive arches of the bridge provide natural shade on parts of the sand. When you hear the name Montecarlo, your mind probably goes straight to the glitz of the French Riviera. Supercars, casinos, and James Bond. But we're heading to the heart of Tuscany, to a village that shares the name, but absolutely none of the noise. Welcome to Montecarlo di Lucca. It's a 14th century fortified village perched on an isolated hill. And while the rest of the world is queuing up for a selfie at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, just 30 minutes away, this place remains a silent sanctuary for wine lovers and history buffs. I rank this village at number 5 spot on this list, because it represents the perfect pivot for your Tuscany itinerary. It's an elite wine destination that somehow stayed humble. You have to walk through the Porta Fiorentina. This gate has stood since 1333, and once you step through it, the modern world disappears. Most people think Tuscany is only about Chianti Reds. But Montecarlo is famous for its Montecarlo Bianco, a sophisticated white wine blend that was one of the first in Italy to receive the DOC designation. It's crisp, it's elegant, and drinking it overlooking the olive groves is the ultimate world with wife experience. While Montecarlo gives you a taste of the sophisticated, quiet life of the Tuscan nobility, our next village feels like it was plucked straight from the pages of a fantasy novel. Just a short, scenic 15-minute drive away lies Collodi, a place where the line between reality and folklore is completely blurred. Here, you must explore the Garzoni Gardens. It's one of the most beautiful Baroque gardens in the world, filled with water features, statues of mythical creatures, and a massive hedge maze. It's a 4K dream for anyone looking to capture the elegance of Old World Italy. Why is Collodi on this list? Because visually, it is one of the most unique settlements in Europe. It's known as a cascading village. The ancient stone houses tumble down the side of a steep hill in a narrow wedge, ending at the magnificent Villa Garzoni. This is the childhood home of Carlo Lorenzini, the creator of Pinocchio. In fact, he loved this village so much he took its name as his own pen name, Carlo Collodi. You can feel that whimsical, slightly dark fairy tale energy as you climb the narrow, winding footpaths that are too steep for any car to navigate. Collodi isn't just a stop for kids who like Pinocchio. It's a masterclass in medieval architecture and landscape design. It's a place that proves Italy's beauty isn't just in its grand cities, but in these tiny, gravity-defying hamlets. But while Collodi is a vertical masterpiece of dark Tuscan stone and fairy tale legends, our next village takes us south to the heel of Italy's boot, a place where the stone turns brilliant white and the streets aren't built in a line, but in a perfect, mesmerizing circle. We're heading to Puglia, to the labyrinth of Locorotondo. Locorotondo literally translates to round place. And once you step inside, you'll see why. It's a hilltop crown of whitewashed beauty. Most travelers head to the neighboring town of Alberobello to see the famous Trulli houses, but those crowds make it feel like a museum. Locorotondo, however, is where the soul of Puglia lives. It is quiet, sophisticated, and spotlessly clean. This is the aesthetic capital of our list. If you're looking for that perfect, slow-paced Italian afternoon, this is it. And don't leave without trying the Locorotondo DOC. It's a crisp, sparkling white wine that tastes like the Puglia summer. It's the perfect reward after a day of getting lost in the circular maze. Look at these streets. Could you see yourself living in a place this quiet? Or do you need the energy of a big city? I'm genuinely curious. Tell me in the comments if you're a small town person or a city person. Visit the Church of St. Giorgio Martire to see the intricate bas-reliefs. Then head to the Belvedere, a public terrace that offers a panoramic view of the entire valley dotted with olive trees and ancient stone cones. Now, as beautiful as the whitewashed circles of Locorotondo are, our next destination is for the true explorers. We are heading deeper into the rugged Cilento coast to a place that almost no international guidebooks mention. While Locorotondo is open and bright, Vibonati is a mysterious, ancient labyrinth that time completely forgot. Vibonati is what I call a deep cut. It's a medieval village in the Campania region, but it feels 1,000 miles away from the glitz of the Amalfi coast we saw earlier. This is a town built on a ridge, where the houses are so tightly packed that neighbors can practically shake hands across the street from their balconies. Don't miss the Church of Santa Maria Assunta. Its interior is a shocking contrast to the rugged, simple stone of the streets outside. It is filled with gold leaf, stunning frescoes, and Baroque opulence that will leave you speechless. Why is this town at number 2? Because it is the ultimate time capsule. There are no tourist menus here, no souvenir shops, just the sound of church bells and the smell of wood-fired ovens. Vibonati is for the traveler who wants to feel like an explorer. It's a place where you don't follow a map. You just walk until you find a view of the sea in the distance. It's raw. It's authentic, and it is the perfect bridge to our final, most dramatic destination. But while Vibonati is a hidden maze tucked into the hills, our number 1 pick is a village that defies the laws of gravity. We are moving from the labyrinth to the peaks. Get ready, because we are heading to the jagged heart of Basilicata to see the most spectacular village in all of Italy. Castelmezzano. This is it, the grand finale. Castelmezzano is often cited as one of the most beautiful villages in the world. Yet because it sits in the rugged, underrated region of Basilicata, it remains a secret to the average tourist. It doesn't just sit on a mountain. It is part of the mountain. In the morning, the peaks cast dramatic shadows over the terracotta roofs. And at night, the town glows like a golden nativity scene carved into the rock. You have to see the Gradinata Normanna, also known as the Norman Steps. It's a staircase carved directly into the stone that leads to the ruins of an ancient castle. From the top, you have a 360-degree view of the valley that is, quite frankly, the best view in the entire country. Castelmezzano is the world with wife gold standard. It has the history, it has the extreme adventure, and it has the kind of cinematic beauty that makes you realize why we travel in the first place. It's not just a village, it's a miracle of human engineering. Six villages, six completely different worlds. From the quiet shores of the Amalfi coast to the jagged peaks of Basilicata, these are the places that prove Italy's magic isn't just in its famous cities. It's in the spots the maps usually forget. But now, I want to turn it over to you. I've given you my top 6, but I know the World with Wife community has some incredible travelers. Does this list make sense to you? Or was there a hidden gem I missed? I want you to go down to the comments right now and give me your top 6 Italian villages. I'll be reading through them to find the destination for our next 4K travel guide. If this guide helped you plan your 2026 trip, hit that like button and subscribe to join our journey. Don't just see the world. Experience the hidden side of it. We'll see you in the next village.